Hello, Flight Sim fans, and welcome to the Practically Geek channel. In today's video, I've travelled 14 miles southeast of central London to explore the historical Biggin Hill Airport. This is a brand new payware airport by Pilot Plus that released today, and it can be purchased over on their website. As always, I've dropped the link for this add-on in the description down below. If you do enjoy this video, please give it a massive like and please consider subscribing to the Practically Geek channel for more flight simulator and aviation content just like this.
United Tango Victor, Roger, runway 09, clear for takeoff, surface wind 150 degrees, 4 knots.
Runway 09, clear for takeoff, easy 93 Tango Victor.
Situated slightly north of the town centre, just along Main Road, sits the iconic Biggin Hill Airport, a general aviation and business jet aerodrome dating back to 1917 and used heavily in both World Wars. Biggin Hill played a massive role during the Battle of Britain in World War II. It served as one of the commanding bases protecting London and the southeast of England from attacks by German bombers. Squadrons at Biggin Hill claim to have destroyed 1,400 enemy aircraft during World War II, and because of its importance in defending London, it became a huge target, with 12 heavy attacks on the base at the end of 1940. As I do in all my scenery videos, I'm going to give you a look around the airport before the add-on is installed. Then I'll return to Biggin Hill Airport to explore the improvements and features of the Pilot Plus payware. Starting from above and working our way north towards the main apron and control tower of Biggin Hill, and it's not looking too bad really. The trading estate that neighbours the airport along Churchill Way looks okay, and I can only see one instance of the autogem messing up, which is good for starters. The aerial imagery around the airport looks pretty decent too. The ground textures on the taxiways and aprons, as always, could do with a bit of an upgrade, and we can see between runway 03 and taxiway Alpha 4 a small forest has been planted. It's probably some kind of go green scheme or something. Running along the west side of the runway is Taxiway Hotel, leading to the main apron. Located behind the two large hangars is the St. George Chapel and Memorial Museum. It would have been good if the autogen inserted a church-style building for the chapel, since we did get these in World Update 3. Hopping over to the east, and again the default scenery isn't doing too bad. There are indeed 8 buildings on this side of the airport, the more obvious one being the Biggin Hill Heritage Hangars, where you can actually book to fly alongside a Spitfire in a chase plane. At the main apron we can see the passenger terminal housing the control tower, flanked by 2 hangars which are home to Globe Air, Centreline and Churchill Aviation. The landside area isn't much to get excited about, but overall it's not a bad representation of Biggin Hill Airport. In fact, the only negative thing I can say is that this taxiway underneath us no longer exists in real life, but I wouldn't have expected the sim to have included the Bombardier Super Hangar, as it has only just been completed this year, so really I wouldn't even consider it a negative after all. With all that being said, let's see what improvements the Pilot Plus team have made to this airport. I will see you back at Biggin Hill Airport to explore the payware add-on in just a moment. Welcome back to Biggin Hill here in the London borough of Bromley. In true British fashion, my bus is running late, so let's have a look around the Pilot Plus scenery to see just how much they've improved this airport. Heading back above the airport near the trading estate, it is very easy to see the improvements that have been made to Biggin Hill. The warehouses and roads have been completely upgraded to match their real-life appearance, along with cars and trucks populating various car parks. Looking towards the main apron, we can actually see all of the buildings around the airport have been changed and replaced with handcrafted models that look exactly like the ones here at Biggin Hill. The newly built Bombardier Super Hangar is now part of the airport and looks amazing. The nearby flying school and general aviation hangars have all been replaced and custom built especially for this scenery. The Biggin Hill Air Cadet Station, Memorial Museum and St. George's Chapel of Remembrance are all present and correct. Main road that runs along the airport has also been given a sizable upgrade. Road markings and even bus stops have all been added in to bump up the realism and immersion in this scenery. Passing over the VOR beacon, we get our first look at the main apron and the classic control tower here at Biggin Hill. It goes without saying now that all these buildings have been replaced with the authentic ones found at the airport. Where do I start with this one? There is a lot to see at Biggin Hill Airport. Let's move back over to the warehouses at the airport trading estate and start having a closer look around the details and features Pilot Plus have packed into this add-on. The roundabout at the junction of Main Road and Churchill Way starts our journey towards the trading estate and into the airport. Even though this is outside the airport boundaries, I think it looks amazing and definitely a noticeable detail on your approach in to runway 03. There's a lot of signage in and around the aerodrome. The developers have gone really bonkers with the custom assets for this airport. This is just one of many you will see as we explore Biggin Hill. Continuing down Churchill Way, we get a great view of the Bombardier Service Centre. The detail while heading along this road is just amazing. The perimeter fence separating the car park from the road is great and contains custom car models that look a lot better than the stock assets. The entrance building and Bombardier hangar look brilliant. The attention to detail is fantastic. The area looks very realistic, which adds so much immersion to this experience. The trading units and small roads that make up the estate have been meticulously recreated and contain bits of detailing like wooden crates, bags of rubble, trucks, and everyone's favourite, the white van. It's amazing, the whole area has been modelled down to the road markings and small parking spaces littered amongst the units. This is the kind of work we are used to from Pilot Plus, but it still amazes me every time I see it. Working our way towards the southernmost apron of the airport, we can see just how well all these buildings have been modelled and textured. The Walsh workshop, for example, looks super detailed. The brickwork at the bottom is excellent, and the small details like the aircon vents and rain gutters are great. Another great example is the shipping and airlines hangar. As well as the surrounding ground clutter, the textures in the roof and the brickwork are just beautiful. The beauty, however, is quickly overshadowed by another fabulous piece of modelling. Facing that building, we have the wonderful Bombardier hangar, which is open, giving us permission to snoop inside. And it doesn't disappoint. The included bizjet is great, of course, but just look at those roof struts and windows running along the sides. I wonder what this is going to look like at night. Heading down the apron and along the taxiway, we are greeted with the different general aviation and helicopter hangars. Each building has the authentic signage indicating the company based there, and once again we are getting extremely high quality renditions of these hangars, which look absolutely stunning. One detail I did notice was on top of the One Aviation hangar. Don't get distracted by the custom sign, but rather check out the immersive smoke coming from the small chimney. I love little features like this. It adds another level of realism to sceneries, making them more believable. It's just incredible, isn't it? The Bombardier service hangar has been brought to life in stunning detail with excellent PBR texturing and sublime model work, making it look exactly like the building at Biggin Hill. Sitting in its shadow but still just as detailed is the EFG Flying School building. The perimeter fence and picnic area, along with those turnstile entrances, really add to the overall realism. Backtracking along taxiway Foxtrot, you can see considerable work has gone into the ground textures and markings. High resolution ground imagery has been included to get rid of the various anomalies seen within the default scenery. To make this airport scenery match the very latest airport layout, Pilot Plus have gone big and included the new state-of-the-art 250,000 square foot Bombardier super hangar with its massive 650,000 square foot apron and car park. Even the remaining construction areas have been added in. Shipping containers, concrete pipes, machinery, and mounds of dirt all make up the incredible detail to further enhance the scenery's authenticity. The collection of smaller hangars over to the east have also been handcrafted and included. The apron also has a cold and dark starting point as well if you fancy a longer taxi out to the runway. Closer to the runway along taxiway Alpha is the Heritage Hangars, looking marvellous with the historic Spitfire and Hurricane aircraft sitting proudly outside. The extension housing what I assume is the cafe looks great. I particularly like the banners advertising the Spitfire flying experience. To quote one of my subscribers and viewers, Robert, I can't wait for the day we see hundreds of people and lots of road traffic around the airport, and I agree. This is main road that runs all the way up from Biggin Hill Town Centre and past the airport. Pilot Plus have made this stretch of road look absolutely stunning, especially the section between runway 03 and the approach lights, which have been fenced off just like in real life. My point being that it would be amazing to see traffic actually passing by. Seeing that as you approach the threshold of the runway would be really immersive in my opinion. Heading along Main Road, we find ourselves over on the west side of the aerodrome and at the entrance to the St. George's Chapel of Remembrance and the Biggin Hill Memorial Museum. It's mind-blowing how detailed and true to life this is. I've stuck some real pictures on screen to show you just how spot on Pilot Plus have got it. Amazing work by the team. The main entrance to Biggin Hill looks equally awesome. The welcome and signature flight signs are modelled really well and feature great reflective textures. And just look at that, as we drive in we can see that iconic control tower modelled to an exceptional standard. The passenger terminal below looks stunning with white edging along the windows and amazing brickwork. The entrance hut and signs are a great addition as we enter landside. In the background we can see the large hangar that houses Churchill Aviation and I believe Echelon Air Flight School. Closer up you can really see just how detailed the passenger terminal and control tower is. The intricacy in the glasswork on the main entrance, the control tower windows, and what looks like a smoking shelter is just fantastic. The guard railings and the stairs heading to the roof make up even more fine detailing, making this one of the most convincing exterior models I've seen in an add-on so far. Over on airside we find the Globe Air and Centerline hangar, which has been custom modelled and mimics the real life one. Along the main apron and all around the airport in fact, Pilot Plus have included some pretty nice static aircraft models, like small general aviation aircraft and helicopters, to larger, more expensive business jets. The fire station and fuel tanks just north of the Echelon Air hangar have also been included and are just as well modelled and detailed as all of the other buildings we have seen throughout the airport. The real star of the show here is of course the passenger terminal and control tower, which looks just as stunning from airside. The large veranda running along the front is impressive and reflects the surrounding walls and the control tower very realistically. Speaking of the tower, it features a realistic interior and dynamic rainfall on the exterior glass, which although we have seen before in previous Pilot Plus sceneries, it still looks as impressive as ever. Inside the Biggin Hill control tower is a full recreation of the interior, complete with a animated air traffic controller working away at his desk, which I think looks brilliant. The attention to detail in here is impressive. Airport charts, headsets, clipboards, sticky notes with readable text on them, and flight strips are all visible and make you feel like you're actually in the control tower here at Biggin Hill Airport. So far we've had a look around the default scenery and explored the Payware add-on, but what does this airport look like at night? Roll back your watches and clocks to 1 AM and join me as we take a look at the night lighting at Biggin Hill Airport. Doesn't that look amazing? Truthfully, I've seen this before, so I knew I wanted to begin the night lighting section of this video here, as it looks stunning. The inside of the hangar is illuminated brightly, with the metal frames and floor reflecting the ceiling lights. And from the outside we can see through that beautifully modelled glass, which realistically lets the light from the inside spill right through it to the outside. The powerful apron spotlights beam down across the floor, bouncing reflections off this nearby business jet, which looks excellent. The whole airport looks absolutely stunning at night. The taxiway and runway lights clearly visible between the massive Bombardier hangar and the passenger terminal. The surrounding roads and the trading estate are all lit up to make the area feel more immersive, with a mixture of different coloured lights to bring a high level of realism to the scenery. Some other great night lighting implementations can be seen on the Bombardier service hangar. The apron lights along the edge of the roof and the red aircraft warning lights all look really great. How amazing do the Spitfire and Hurricane gatekeepers look at the entrance to the chapel and museum? Again, more incredible night lighting implementation within this scenery. The heritage hangars have one single light shining down over the apron. It looks quite eerie, but weirdly in a good way. I think it looks brilliant illuminating the Spitfire from above. The passenger terminal entrance off Main Road looks stunning. So does the landside and car park area in front of the control tower. Everything looks so convincing. It's amazing to experience such realistic night lighting in a flight simulator add-on. It goes without saying, but the tower has fantastic lighting throughout. It's so detailed we can see individual buttons and small displays lit up as we look in from the outside. It's a similar story out on the main apron. The lights on the older passenger terminal building have more of a orangey glow to them, while the apron spotlights across the front of the hangars are bright white, giving a nice contrast between the new and the older buildings at night. Overall, the night lighting for Biggin Hill Airport is phenomenal. The airport and the surrounding areas have been given a massive upgrade that delivers significant changes to the lighting immersion, making this airport one of the most realistic to experience within Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's time to get a better look at the upgrades made to this scenery. In this part of the video you will see various locations around Biggin Hill Airport presented in split screen, showing you before the add-on is installed and after the Pilot Plus scenery has been loaded in. Feel free to pause the video at any time to get a better look, and I really hope you enjoy this one. Biggin Hill Airport is out now and available from the Pilot Plus website, priced at £12.49. You can also purchase it through Orbex, although at the time of recording I was unable to confirm the price. I've dropped a link in the description down below for both websites, and as always, let me know in the comments if you plan to buy this add-on, and if you do, let me know what you think. The attention to detail in this add-on is first class, as you come to expect from a Pilot Plus product. The word I'd use to sum up the scenery is authentic, and I know I use that word an awful lot, but this payware is very authentic. Do you want to experience Biggin Hill Airport without actually being there for real? This latest Microsoft Flight Simulator add-on can take you on a virtual journey to this historic British airfield, all from the comfort of your PC or home simulator setup. If you have enjoyed this video, please give it a massive like, and please consider subscribing to the Practically Geek channel for more flight simulator and aviation content just like this. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again very soon.